New at 4, one of the youngest juveniles in Georgia to be sentenced to prison's been released. Michael Lewis, known as Lil B, was 13 years old when he was convicted of killing a father of 2. He's always maintained his innocence.
He was granted parole after serving 26 years in 13 different prisons. Channel 2's Karen Greer was there when he was released from a transitional facility in Macon.
And they asked you in court, did you do it? And you said?
No.
Has anyone ever point blank asked you, did you kill this man?
Well, no. Everybody done told me I did it, you know. Everybody done told me, oh, you did it.
Michael Lil B Lewis is now 40 years old. He was just 13 in February of 1997 when he was charged with murdering 23-year-old Darnell Woods.
Life in prison for the remainder of your natural life.
Woods was fatally shot in his car while he was waiting for his wife outside a Vine City convenience store. His 2 young sons were in the back seat.
That night in particular, nothing was different about that night, you know, than everything that go on in the blow. Now, I heard the shots, but that's normal in my neighborhood.
Prosecutors called Lewis a cold-blooded thug, a super predator, and say Lewis was on the scene and committed the murder. He became the first and youngest teen to be tried under Senate Bill 440, a law in Georgia requiring children as young as 13 be treated as adults and prosecuted in Superior Court if they committed what was considered one of the 7 deadly sins: murder, rape, armed robbery, child molestation, sodomy, sexual battery, or manslaughter. Lewis told me his young life at 13 was not easy. For you, living in the Bluff, making a little money meant doing what?
Selling drugs, whatever I could do to survive, the best way I could. If it meant stealing from the store, I'd do that.
Lewis spent days in the juvenile detention center before being bound over to the Fulton County Jail with adults to await trial. Initially, I was at 445 Capitol Avenue, where the juvenile was, and then like a week after that, they binded me over to adult court.
I hereby sentence you.
After his 9-day trial, Lewis was convicted of malice murder and sentenced to life.
So when I got back to the jail, I seen my mother. She was arrested too. They consoling her, she crying or whatever, and then I appeal. They let her come hold me. She in the same outfit that I got on.
Former Black Panther Elaine Brown wrote a book about Lewis, The Condemnation of Lil B. It brought the teen national attention. She also became his unofficial guardian, visiting him in prison and working for his release. Get over here. He now calls her mom.
Without her, I'd still be sitting in prison, Nobody seen the political crucifixion I was enduring. Nobody seen none of that. She made her life all about freeing me. Lewis
has relocated to California. He says for the first time, he is living his life.
It means a chance at a new life. It means I can't necessarily say a new life, a chance at life, because I never really had a life, I was condemned even when I was born, basically, so this is an opportunity for me to live, and I'm thankful for it.
Karen Greer, Channel 2 Action News.
Wow, that one really is something to see. So we reached out to the family of Darnell Woods to get their thoughts on Lewis's parole. We did not get a response. Woods would have been 49 years old.